In this video I'm going to talk about the inner critic. The inner critic is the number one destroyer of self-confidence, self-belief. The inner critic is the voice inside us that says, you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you're too short, you're too young, you're too old, you're too overweight, you're too ugly, you're not good looking enough, you're not intelligent enough, you're not enough. The inner critic is the voice that tells us that. Now, it's important for us to realize that the inner critic is actually trying to help us in some way. That little voice inside us that puts us down and tells us we're not enough, it's actually serving a purpose. It's trying to keep us safe in some way. It's trying to protect us in some way. However, what it usually ends up doing is sabotaging our progress. It keeps us playing small. It keeps us afraid to take risks. It's very concerned about the opinions of others. It wants us to play it safe. Psychologists put forward theories as to how we developed this inner critic, and many psychologists suggest that it develops when we're a child in order to protect us from making a fool of ourselves, or from failure, or from anything that's going to be a threat. That's where the inner critic develops when we're children. Now, psychologists also suggest that we can have many different inner critics, and some of the voices can actually be internalized from, it could be an angry parent or a family member who constantly put us down when we were growing up, or it could be a teacher or a bully or somebody who criticized us, and we tend to internalize that voice. And like I said, there are many different types of critics we can have inside us. I've recently learned that I have a perfectionist inner critic. It tells me, you're not good enough, your work isn't good enough, you don't compare. When it compares me to world experts in subjects like psychology or coaching or nutrition, and it tells me, in comparison to them, you're nothing. That's what my inner critic does. And I also have other ones. However, over the past few years, I have developed a very, very strong inner champion. And each of these are sub-personalities that we all have, different modes of thinking, different collections of thoughts and feelings about things. And one route to be stronger than the inner critic and to keep moving forward positively with our lives is to have an inner champion. And that's the voice that says, you can do it, I'm proud of you, you are intelligent, you are good enough, you are excellent. The inner champion gives us courage, confidence and strength to move forward with our lives. And I have developed a very, very strong inner champion. And one of the ways I did that was just over a year ago. For a month or two, every day I wrote down positive attributes about myself. You are intelligent, you are good at helping other people, you are confident. And not only did I write those attributes down, I made little examples of, I thought about it and thought of little examples for each one where I've showed those attributes in my life. And by doing that every day for a month or two, like I said, that built up the inner champion. That built up the beliefs that yes, I am those things. And now that mode of thinking is very strong in me. Another way to build the inner champion is to take positive action in your life and make little achievements. That's going to build up your inner champion as well. Now, getting back to the inner critic, the first most important step when it comes to overcoming your inner critic is awareness, self-awareness. Once you become aware that there are these sub-personalities that try and put you down, keep you playing small, keep you afraid, by shining the light of awareness on them, they tend to lose power. Now, a second way of overcoming the inner critic is appreciating it. Acknowledging that it plays an important role and it's trying to protect you in some way. It, for example, a perfectionist inner critic, what's that actually trying to do? It's trying to make you do good work. It's trying to help you achieve. However, it can tend to have the opposite effect if left unchecked. So yeah, that's the second most powerful way, is to acknowledge the inner critic, realize, okay, that's trying to help me in some way, but then you can actually say, that's not actually helping right now, and I'm not going to listen to that. Instead, I'm going to move forward with how I really feel, with what I really want. And again, connecting with your inner champion can help with that. So at the heart of this is self-awareness. Self-awareness of what's driving your thoughts. Self-awareness of your thoughts and your thinking. Because inner critics can crush self-esteem. They can crush self-confidence. They can crush dreams. It's by being aware of them, acknowledging that they're trying to help us, building our inner champion. It's by doing these things that we can be our best selves and live our best lives. So that's it for this video. I hope you found it helpful. This is something that is tremendously important for our personal development, and I'm getting massive value out of it myself. And will continue to do so. It's a never-ending journey. I will learn more about the voices of the different inner critics. I know about the perfectionists. There's very likely other ones to do with the keeping up appearances, all that kind of thing. So that's it for now. Until next time, take care. Talk to you soon.